It's not because you're lazy or unmotivated. If you find yourself constantly avoiding social media marketing and you can't get yourself to do a post because you tell yourself you're too busy, the timing isn't right, at the same time it's gnawing at you because you know it's important. I feel you because I've been through this so many times myself. And I want you to stick with me. These aren't surface level struggles. They're deeply emotional and strategic and even existential. We feel this pressure to constantly be on, to always be visible or we'll be forgotten. And also this pressure to show up as your best. But underneath, it's really something more. And I had to really see this in myself in order to move through it. And so in this video, I want to share what helped me. I mean, it took me years, honestly, to feel comfortable doing YouTube videos consistently. And now filming YouTube videos feels more comfortable than it did before. But in the beginning, it was super, super draining and a really easy thing to avoid because, of course, I was prioritizing everything else in front of the hard thing, which is filming content. And this isn't just about YouTube. Maybe you're struggling with posting on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, or maybe it's all of them. It's just posting on social media in general. My hope in filming this video is that it helps you really understand what's going on so that you can try something different that addresses those things. And in this video, I'll be sharing 5 specific things that helped me. Also, my hope is that you'll stop being so hard on yourself for avoiding social media marketing. So here's the thing. Here's what I realized. I wasn't avoiding social media because I was too busy, I didn't have time for it, or I was lazy or unmotivated. I was really doing it because I wanted to protect my integrity. I wanted to protect my sanity and my energy. And I'll explain a little bit about each of these things. Like integrity, didn't want to just post for the sake of posting. I wanted to actually post something meaningful. Social media demands quantity from us. And if you're like me, you've built your authority through quality work and, you care about depth and meaning. And that was really the first source of friction is like, I don't want to just write something fast and post it. Yes, that sounds like perfectionism. And that is something that I have recognized in myself and questioned myself about it. I had to realize that one of my values is excellence and I care about that. So it's not that I want it to be perfect, it's just that I want it to reflect my voice. The second thing I realized was protecting my energy, right? It can be so draining being on social media. There's just so much noise. It's easy to go down a black hole as well, scrolling through the feed. It also just feels total overwhelming. That's where the sanity part comes in too. Going back to the integrity part too, you want to lead with substance, but then you see these algorithms reward these viral pieces of content. And some of them are I would never do that, or I would never create something like that. So anyways, I was really honestly avoiding social media because I realized I was protecting these things. I was protecting my values, my integrity, my energy, my sanity. And once I understood these deeper blocks, I was then able to build a way or a new method of showing up that actually felt more aligned with what I wanted to do. And that's the thing is you don't have to do social media in one way. You don't have to post daily. Yes, on some of these platforms, they'll reward you. The algorithm will reward you if you do. But if that doesn't work for you, you got to do it a different way. We got to remember that we're not slaves here to the algorithm. We're human beings who want to share a message, and that should really be the priority. So how can you build a way that aligns with who you are, that protects your energy and your sanity? And I think once you do that, once you find out that way, it changes everything. And again, I'll share some things that have worked for me and give you an example of this in a bit. I just want to quickly share this other reflection first before we get into that. I saw this quote the other day, and it says, "You only overthink when you go against your intuition." And it was just such a really good reminder because it made me come back to what do I really want to say? I'm overthinking what to post or what to write in this caption because maybe I'm paying too much attention to what other people are saying or doing, and I'm not paying enough attention to what I want to say and really go in, rather than having social media posting be this thing of how do I compare to other people of what they're saying? So if this is resonating and you kind of identify yourself in what I'm saying here, maybe it means just carving out some space for you to write, journal, write your thoughts in terms of what you want to say, and practice sharing that over and over and over again in 100 different ways. Those are the reps that you need to put in. And I find in particular, journaling works for me because that's where I can more so tap into that intuition. Maybe it's different for you. Maybe it's just speaking, like voice recording, and that works. You got to tap into that place that works for you where you're not overthinking and it's just coming from here. Again, if you're not consistent with posting, it's not a character flaw or any of those things. I just want to reiterate that. And it's really a signal that something in your approach needs to shift. So I want to share a few things that have helped me. The first thing is picking a time where you can work on creating content that fits with your energy and doesn't go against it. So what do I mean by that? I typically will not put filming videos or writing content or anything like that after I've had a day of stacked meetings, because by the end of that day, I'll just be so drained that I won't have capacity for creating content. If you feel at your best energy-wise in the morning, that's where you want to put creating content. If it's in the evening, do that. If you know that it's not on the days where you have the most meetings, back-to-back meetings, and Saturdays, for example, work best for you because there's just more space, then put it on that day. Don't try to squeeze it into a part in your schedule that just doesn't fit energetically. And you want to actually schedule that in. You want to have the day and the time that you're going to create the content, to film the video, to write the post. The other thing that's helped is shifting the success metric to not likes or views or subscribers or anything like that, but it's the inputs that I can control. It's how many videos can I create. So this is the difference between the external KPIs of likes, subscribers, comments, which is out of your control, versus internal KPIs, which is number of topics or ideas that you came up with, number of scripts, videos that you planned out, number of videos that you filmed. These are all things within your control. Or it doesn't just have to be videos. It could be like number of post captions that you've written out. So you want to shift your success metric to, I'm going to film 5 videos within the next 2 weeks. I'm going to create 10 pieces of content for Facebook or for LinkedIn within the next week, whatever it might be, within this day, within this time block. The whole idea here is how many are you going to create and by when? And actually following through with that. You know, we do YouTube strategy for experts and thought leaders, and we tell them all the time, don't expect to get thousands and thousands of views and subscribers if you haven't even created and released your first 100 videos on the channel. You need to build that muscle of releasing videos. We just got to set these expectations up front. The next thing that's helped me is using batching and repurposing. Now, this isn't revolutionary, but it carries a lot of weight for me in particular because, again, I want to do this in a way that protects my energy and my sanity. So it helps me to film multiple videos at once or to write multiple pieces of content at once because I'm already in that state, and it will take less energy for me to just do it in that one sitting versus, scheduling multiple days to film or to create content. The thing with repurposing too is I love being efficient with repurposing, and I treat my YouTube videos as really like the mothership for my content. I'll film one video and there's just so many assets within that video to share on other platforms. I've already put in the strategy and the care into creating this one piece of great content. From there, I can pull shorter clips to post on other platforms like Reels for Instagram. I can use the transcript to send an email out to my list or to post a Substack. I can maybe pull quotes from the video that could end up being other posts on other platforms. There's so many things that you could do from one video, rather than having to reinvent the wheel over and over again for other platforms, new content on every single platform. The fourth thing that's helped me is setting boundaries. For example, if I know that I'm not the person to do the dancing TikTok videos or on Instagram, the pointing and the dancing type thing, I'm not going to do that. And that's okay. I don't need to do that. I think sometimes it's easy to feel like you have to follow what everyone else is doing because you want to succeed, obviously. And when you do post, you want the likes, you want the comments. But again, if that doesn't align with you, it's not going to feel good. You're not going to be able to stay consistent with that. You'll just burn out or decide you hate social media way more than you already do now. So decide what formats work best for you and that align with you. That's why it's easier for me to do YouTube videos, because I love teaching and I can just be myself and I don't have to be this loud, charismatic person. I can just be like this with the camera and just talk to you as if you were in the room. And that works well for this platform. Raw, unpolished works well on YouTube. The other thing too with setting boundaries and coming back to social media, if you find yourself when you go on a particular platform and you just find yourself getting lost time-wise when the doom scroll, then know that about yourself and just make it a point, like maybe having a sticky note somewhere on your laptop that just says schedule, post, and get off, like so that you're just actually scheduling or posting the thing and then going right off the platform and doing whatever else you need to do. And the final thing that I'll say that has really helped me is just having this sense of trust that even those small little ripple effects or the small little successes that come in the form of like 1 comment on a video or 2 likes on your post, this is all still real impact with real humans. Doing that over and over again and seeing that from you posting consistently and seeing these like little ripple effects, this is all going to compound. And so there does need to be this sense of like trusting that, you know, what the effort that you're putting in to creating content and releasing it out there will come back to you in ways that you never imagined. And it's really hard to see that, especially because you're dealing with the pain point of posting on social media. And so when there's nothing really like in terms of big success, you know, you're not seeing thousands of views or thousands of likes, it can be really discouraging and it's easy to fall out. But have patience, because honestly, just from posting videos on this channel over and over again over the years that we have, so many amazing things have come out of this. Like I can't even, like the craziest opportunities as well. Not just clients, and like I'm not just talking about revenue. You really never know who's watching and who is going to see that piece of content and invite you to speak to their audience or invite you to a particular partnership or sponsorship or business opportunity that is so aligned with you and what you do. So anyways, I hope this hits home. I hope this has resonated with you. Please do hit the like button or comment down below to let me know that this resonated, or consider sharing this video with a friend or colleague who you know is brilliant and you know they need to share their voice more on social media. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.